Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to take a look at the PC games that are dropping on Steam tomorrow. Quite a few games dropping tomorrow, and let's just get right into it. And kicking things off, we have Biomutant, which is probably the biggest game release tomorrow. I'll be uploading some videos of this. We'll be testing out performance. By all accounts, it seems to be running really well. I've heard on consoles it is having some slowdown and some crashes, but the PC system requirements are relatively tame, all things considered. You're looking at a GTX 1660 Ti and RX 590 on the other end, but if you have anything relatively recent, I think you'll be pretty good with that. And even on the low end, you're talking about a GTX 960 or an R9 380, so it's not too bad as far as performance. And it's not like I think that visually this game looks good, but I don't think it looks good in the sense that technically it's breaking barriers or anything like that. It looks good because I think its color direction and its art direction are on point, and the more and more gameplay I've been seeing of this game, that's really the element of this title that I like. Getting mixed reviews right now. Saw IGN gave it a 6, Game Informer gave it a 6.5, you know, whatever. Reviews are reviews. I like to play games myself, and sometimes the 6s and 6.5s turn out to be some of my favorite games that do come out, and I've been excited for this game for quite a while. Already have the game in my Steam library. Preload is not live right now, but as soon as that is, and probably tomorrow, I'll be probably testing out 3070, 3080. We'll do some lower end GPUs as well, 1080. I'll look at that, a 1080 being a little bit older, so you guys can get an idea of how that GPU will run the game as well. If you do want to get the game a little bit cheaper, just want to point out, over at Games Planet, you can use the code MUTANT, and you can save 15% on Biomutant. I'll leave a link in the description box below if you do want to check that out. Quick plug to Games Planet, who have been supporting the channel, so really appreciate that. But next up, we have the Capcom Arcade Stadium. Now, this is pretty interesting. It's dropping tomorrow, and it's essentially a throwback of a lot of Capcom titles from yesteryear. These are old school titles. Now, essentially, you get the Arcade Stadium, and then you buy games individually. There's games like 1942, Commando, Section Z, Bionic Commando's in there, Bionic Commando, a classic. But if you do get this, you get 1943, the Battle of Midway, and game logo wallpapers free with your download. So you get a game for free right off the bat, and then if you do want other titles, they're $2 a pop, or you could buy the bundle for $40.50. This is more of a throwback on PC. I don't know how relevant this is going to be since everybody's all about their emulation and things like that. I am too. Don't get it twisted, but I do want to throw that out. If you do want to get 1943 Battle of Midway for free, that is an option. Alright, next up, we got Maneater coming tomorrow, May 25th. Now, this is a wild game, open world title where you play as your ultimate shark fantasy. Yes, you're a shark and you are a living, breathing, eating man of destruction, as in you're the man-eater in as the shark. A giant shark terrorized the coastal waterways, tear swimmers and divers limb from limb, give the humans a reason to fear you. This has been out for a little bit. On PC, I believe it was on the Epic Game Store, but it's been on consoles as well, but now it will be coming to Steam. And I also think it was a PlayStation Plus title not too long ago, so you might, if you have a PlayStation 4 and you have a PlayStation Plus subscription or a PlayStation 5, you might have that good to go already, but it will be available on Steam tomorrow. This is from Tripwire as well. Tripwire, a pretty notable studio, all things considered. So yes, Maneater is due out tomorrow, and you can check that out as well. Maybe a game you're better off waiting on a sale for, but still something that's relatively notable, and I wanted to give it a mention. Next up, here's a game that looks pretty cool, Strangeland. If you're into point-and-click titles, this is going to be something you want to keep your eyes on. The Steam description notes, you wake in a surreal carnival where a woman cries out to you before leaping to her death. Who was she and who are you? The denizens and devices of a strange land answer with riddles, puzzles, and warnings of a dark thing lurking at the park's peak. A new adventure from the creators of Primordia. So it notes, again, point-and-click adventure. This is a game that's definitely catered towards those of you that played those games back in the day. I mean, they still bring out point-and-click games these days, but they're not as relevant as they were in yesteryear. The key features of the game note, approximately 5 hours of gameplay replayable thanks to different choices, different puzzle solutions, and different endings, breathtaking pixel art in twice Primordia's resolution, 640 by 360, party like it's 1999 as it says, dozens of rooms to explore with variant versions as the carnival grows ever more twisted, an eccentric cast including a sideshow freak, a telepathic starfish, an animatronic fortune teller, and a trio of masqueraders, full professional voiceover, and hours of original music. A rich thematic story about identity, loss, self-doubt, and redemption, an integrated in-character hint system. So obviously, a game like this is going to lend itself, even if it is relatively short, it's very replayable with different endings and everything like that. Again, this one is out tomorrow. Okay, next up, we have a game that I believe was on the PlayStation 4. It might have been a PlayStation Plus title as well back in the day, and that is Erica. Erica is a live-action FMV thriller that puts you directly at the heart of the mystery, your choices, your consequences. So obviously, FMV titles, not all the rage these days, but this one got pretty good reviews. GameSpot gave the PlayStation 4 version an 8 out of 10. Push Square gave it an 8 out of 10. Eurogamer noted, well shot, well acted, well crafted. Erica is a high-class FMV game for a new age, and those are all the reviews they're promoting on the Steam page itself. So, yeah, if you're into FMV titles, maybe something to keep your eyes on if that is your cup of tea. Next up, we have King of Seas, an action RPG set in a procedural-generated pirate world. An epic adventure awaits you in a fantastic world dotted with fights, lost islands, and treasures, a universe that will keep you anchored as you struggle to become the king of all pirates. No, we're not talking about One Piece, although if you want to watch 900 episodes of an anime, you can always go the route of One Piece, or you could go play King of the Seas and become the king of all pirates. Obviously, when you talk about pirate games on PC, maybe even on Xbox, you usually think about stuff like Sea of Thieves, but King of Seas looking to carve its own audience, and it does have a demo available that you can download directly on Steam. Keyboard and mouse support is currently limited. Full support will be added soon, it notes, and then if you do want to pre-order the game, it is 20% off from its initial $24.99 price tag, and you can get it for $19.99, so you can get a little bit of a discount on that if the game does interest you. Naval combat titles is always something that, you know, excites me a little bit. Maybe it's because of my love for AC4, and that naval combat in that game really got me going. I love the naval combat in AC4 and AC Rogue, mind you, but let's see how King of Seas turns out. Again, it is out tomorrow. And lastly, do want to give a shout to SMT, Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remastered. This drops tomorrow, although if you did pick up the digital deluxe edition, you did get it a few days early. It's already playable right now if you pick up the digital deluxe edition. There's a couple of other goodies in the digital deluxe edition. Now, the pricing for this game I'm not too crazy about. $49.99 for a game that was initially a PS2 game, and it's just a remaster of a PS2 game. Now, visually it does look to be a significant upgrade, but it's not like a ground-up remake or anything like that. It is a pretty iconic game. This is a very dark JRPG, a lot darker than your typical JRPG. It's challenging as well. They actually added an easier mode that you can get if you do buy the digital deluxe edition, which the digital deluxe edition is $70, which I don't know about that one, dude. PS2 game upgraded, you know, a PS2 remaster, even if it is the digital deluxe edition, $70 is a little bit pricey on that, but hey, that's just me being cheap as always. The base game, $49.99, I'll probably check it out, but, you know, I think for the typical person, it's probably better off if you wait on a sale for this, just because that is super pricey. There's a lot of great JRPGs on PC right now. All of them regularly go on sale, so unless you're super excited for this, I would say put it on your wish list if you're a fan of the genre, and then check it out when it does see, you know, at least a 30-40% discount, because I think at $29.99, this would be a great pickup. At $49.99, it's a little bit harder to, you know, justify. But that's just my opinion. Hey, if you're super excited for it, go pick it up. I'm probably gonna pick it up. I'll probably do some videos on this as well. But that's gonna wrap up this one. Again, quite a few games coming tomorrow. If you are a fan of, you know, buying your games on Steam, you can definitely get some good deals. Again, Biomutant, you can get that a little bit cheaper over at Games Planet. I'll leave a link in the description. Use the code MUTANT and you'll save 15%. They got SMT3 Nocturne a little bit cheaper as well, so I'll leave a link to that if you're interested, if you do want to pick it up. But that's gonna wrap up this one. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.